Let's freeze breadsticks on this rainy day.
Okay, if you've never made breadsticks before or worked with dough, the great news is it's only a handful of ingredients and it's really the easiest thing ever. And this is a perfect gateway to get started working with bread. So all we're gonna do right now is get our yeast ready. And I am just gonna take 2 cups of warm water. You don't want it too hot because that could kill your yeast. And you don't want it too chilly because then your yeast won't activate. So I'm gonna put a tablespoon of yeast into my hot water, and I'm gonna let that rest for 5 to 10 minutes until it starts bubbling. And what this does is it gets going, it allows the yeast to activate and gets a head start on the dough to rise. And then I'm just gonna put a little pinch of sugar in there. And then we just let it be for 5 to 10 minutes. Let's do this. Our yeast is ready to go. So the first thing is I'm gonna put in a 1/4 cup of honey. And I know a little trick where I line it with olive oil before I pour the honey in, but I forgot to do that this time. So I know I'm gonna have residual honey in there and I hate to waste it, but I forgot. I'm normally good at remembering that. And then I'm going to do a couple of tablespoons of oil. I picked avocado oil, but I don't think you can go wrong with any oil that you have in your house. And I'm kind of a fly by the seats kind of cook too. So you might have bread makers on here that are like, that's not how you do it. But you know what? My breadsticks always turn out great. And that's all I'm ever worried about. And so then I've already pre-measured my flour, and I'm just gonna dump that in there. And then last but not least, I do a couple of teaspoons of sea salt, or we use Redmond salt. And we love that stuff. I can't say enough good things about that. So now I'm going to turn this into a beautiful ball of dough. Okay, I've got my beautiful ball of dough, and now I am going to knead this for 5 to 8 minutes.
Okay, you just roll these out with your hands into equal parts. Then line them on a baking tray with parchment paper and let them freeze for about an hour. Make sure they're separate and not touching. Of course, at this time, you also have the option of putting them directly into the oven and eating them fresh. It's just nice having them on standby.
Okay, I'm pulling these off the parchment paper, popping them in a silicone bag, and when we're ready to eat them, we just pop them in the oven and that's it. Easy peasy.